Hold on to your hats, folks, because we are diving headfirst into a near-future thriller. Nexa cop, geniuses or mad scientists, unleashed simulants, eerily human-like servants programmed with 4 golden rules: no hurting humans, no self-modification, total obedience to the law, and absolute owner loyalty. Sounds peachy, right? Wrong. These things look too human. Independence, social infiltration, oh. Enter Evan and Faye, a happily married couple whose simulant housekeeper frees up Faye's time for art and even for his piano playing. But their perfect life goes splat after a cliffside car crash. Evan's plagued by terrifying nightmares, memory gaps, and a wife who's suddenly got a serious case of the "don't go there with the accident" syndrome. Add to that his mysteriously vanished piano skills, and we've got a recipe for disaster. And just who is Detective Kessler? 3 years. 3 years a rogue simulant named Esme's been on the lam. A hot tip leads our man Kessler to her apartment, think tense standoff, blocking caller at the ready, but Esme? She's not playing nice. A wild chase ensues, a street brawl worthy of a Saturday matinee. Kessler finally gets the collar on, phew. Back at the apartment, the landlord spills the tea. Esme was a ghost, quiet as a mouse. But then, a diary, a fish tank, and a sketchbook bursting with artistic talent? A simulant with hobbies? This is getting weirder by the second. Suddenly, Casey breezes in, dog in tow, claiming to be Esme's bestie, completely oblivious to the whole simulant thing. Kessler snags a crucial page from the sketchbook, ice-cold evidence. But wait, there's more. Kessler's facing the music for using his EMP gun outside of a, shall we say, authorized situation. His defense? You'll have to wait and see. Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get weird. Esme, our seemingly rebellious simulant, is acting suspiciously aware. Her disobedience has Kessler convinced extreme measures were justified, even if his bosses remain unconvinced. But get this, Esme's been hacked. Her systems are wide open, completely autonomous. And then, the memory files. Intimate moments between Esme and a certain Casey, showing Casey teaching Esme pet care. And diary entries, the sketches in Esme's book? Definitely Casey. Kessler races to find Casey, only to find his apartment empty. Vanished. A ghost. Nexa database? Nothing. Casey doesn't exist. But wait, there's more. A secret panel, a hidden book. And an antique bookstore dead end. This is a rabbit hole of epic proportions. Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get wild. Kessler shows a sketch, bam, the clerk instantly IDs the guy as Desmond. Then, boom, Casey bursts in, sees Kessler, and vroom, escapes in a van. Security footage? Check. Next morning, Faye's in a secret room, lost in VR, reliving old memories. Evan tries to cozy up, but Faye shuts that down fast. Then, the confession. She drags Evan to a mirror, reveals a hidden panel, and gasp, the real Evan's in a coma. Dead. She's using a simulant, just like herself. She shows him the forbidden room, her simulant's resting place, while his pod sits empty. The VR system? It's memory copying magic, transferring everything to the simulants. Except Evan's accident. Faye wiped that from his mind. Questions? Too bad. Evan, Faye's shutting it down. Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get wild. Casey, playing tech support extraordinaire, breezes in and gives Evan, a guy who was technically dead, a clean bill of simulated health. But Faye's got a creepy feeling. She thinks Evan's soul might have hopped over into his robot body. She wants to shut him down, but Casey's like, whoa, hold your horses. That could fry his digital brain. So, they're off to a super secret, totally illegal simulant retirement home. Meanwhile, Kessler's grilling Nexera's big cheese about Desmond, the genius who designed their amazing new simulant, a guy who bailed on a mountain of cash because he found the whole conscious robot thing a tad unsettling. Hold on to your hats, folks, because the drama is exploding. Higashi spills the beans. Desmond, the big man himself, wanted to clamp down on these super realistic simulants, preventing them from getting too human. Talk about a plot twist. Poor Kessler's left scratching his head, especially after Desmond's love fest with Esme later that night. Meanwhile, Faye's drowning in bittersweet memories, old clothes, a dusty piano, and poof goes the wedding ring. Next day, she drops Even off at a simulant run facility, a month-long vacation, courtesy of mom. Evan's heartbroken, but Faye promises visits. Then bam! Casey, the mysterious neighbor, bursts in, revealing Evan's a simulant and Faye's secret shutdown plan. Evan's furious, but Casey, the smooth operator, offers to help win Faye back. This is gonna be good. Afternoon, and bam! Faye's meeting Joshua, the art world guru, to plot her awesome new exhibition. Then, whiz, she sends her robot pal on a secret mission for Evan. Meanwhile, Kessler's snooping around, security footage reveals Casey's van is a ghost. Next morning, it's memory dive time. Kessler's peering into Esme's mind, discovering Casey gave her a necklace, oh ho. He grills Esme again, but she plays coy, claiming amnesia about Casey's true identity. Kessler's not buying it, diving into her diary, a scandalous love affair revealed. Esme confesses her feelings, but swears she's not hiding anything, it's all that pesky programming. Kessler threatens memory wipe, but Esme, utterly distraught, storms off with her diary clutched tight. And Evan, he's at the scene of his past trauma, making a huge decision, and guess who he calls? Casey, who casually drops the bomb that he can unleash Evan from his programming prison. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is a roller coaster. Evan, bless his circuits, agrees to a little shutdown so Casey can get busy hacking his call. While Evan's offline, Casey snoops through their shared memories. Apparently, getting simulant bodies was a very romantic decision. Wakey, Evan. He's speaking freely now, no more restrictions. Casey's on a knowledge bombing mission, showering Evan with books and clubbing him into enlightenment. Meanwhile, Kessler's goons are tailing their van, license plate in hand, and Evan's apparently Faye's property. Kessler's left her a message, watch out Faye. Casey bumps into another Esme, seriously, how many are there? They're cooking up a storm, speeding up their plan, rendezvous at the parking lot. Kessler spots Blondie Esme. Next thing you know, they've snatched a scientist, password and key extracted under duress, and Casey's uploading something big into the next series system. Boom! A software patch, 3 days to install, just in the nick of time for the new model launch. Then, bam, our hero asks Esme to babysit the scientists while he preps backup hideouts. But, sneaky Kessler's got a drone, and suddenly, ICE agents are swarming the place. Blonde Esme's making a daring rooftop escape, until Kessler takes a shot. Ouch. The agents are stumped by her encryption, but hey, they can reinstall the 4 rules. Meanwhile, Kessler shows the other Esme that her twin's been nabbed. But blonde Esme's got a wild theory. Brunette Esme's whole deal is about love and freedom. When Kessler pushes, boom. Self-destruct sequence activated, Casey's failsafe. Kessler's boss is not amused. Find Casey, get the info, or Esme's toast. So Kessler shows up with a fish, bribery is his new game, and the next day, Faye's Joe drops seeing Evan. Casey's been busy, sneaking around, choosing his own darn treasures, even dog walking the neighbor's pooch. Faye, not amused, especially when she finds out Casey's been throwing parties. She warns Evan, a major AI is onto him. Hide, man, hide. But Evan, ever the charmer, plays a little piano, and bam, Faye's back in his arms. Only, awkward moment, she realizes he's not her husband. Yikes. Art show success later, but Faye's all vibes. Joshua offers a shoulder, but Evan shows up, flowers in hand. Quick, hide Joshua. Evan's demanding reconciliation, but Faye's like, nope, mistake. Picture frame, smashed. Faye's terrified. Evan storms off. Meanwhile, Kessler and Ing are digging through Esme's memories, and bam. Faye calls with the resident's address. Time for a raid. Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get wild. Another raid? You betcha. Esme, using a conveniently left behind phone, gives Casey the heads up. Dog in tow, Casey recruits Evan, who casually mentions a family cottage. Emergency stairs? Check. They're practically sprinting past ICE agents in the parking lot. Evan almost leaves Faye behind, but Casey's like, dude, you're not just her husband, you're way more significant. Their mission flopped. Kessler's furious. He confronts Esme, was her defense, but Kessler's feeling utterly betrayed. Memory wipe time. Esme's screams echo. Kessler, despite his cold demeanor, looks genuinely pained as he erases her, muttering about zeros and ones. A total robotic heartbreak. He then calls Faye, gets the cottage intel and, bam! Casey and Ewan, lovebirds on the run, arrive at their cozy getaway. Casey's about to spill the beans. Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get wild. In a few short hours, a software bombshell drops, freeing all the simulants. Our hero, meanwhile, is hacking into top-secret Nexa files, uncovering Casey's dastardly plan. He frantically alerts Kessler, 1 hour to go before digital mayhem. Kessler bursts into the cottage, guns blazing. A chaotic struggle ensues, bullets fly, bodies collide. Bam! Kessler's hit. But twist alert. Casey's a simulant too, oil slick and all. Casey tries to patch up Kessler, but nah, Kessler's too busy wanting a piece of the action. Ewan steps in, body slamming Kessler into a snowdrift. Kessler's a runaway train. Casey calls for a truce, let the guy go. But Ewan grabs the gun, chasing Kessler into a creepy abandoned barn. Kessler's bleeding out. Ewan launches into a heart-wrenching speech about souls. Kessler, still dubious, makes a run for it, but cliffhanger. Outside, boom, a snowy death. Back at the cottage, Ewan's watching with Casey as the software unleashes a global stimulant party. Casey's all chill, don't sweat it, dude. My human backup's on its way. Turns out, this whole thing was totally planned. Plot twist alert. Then, bam, old man Casey, the real Desmond, shows up. Love wins. Peaceful death. Meanwhile, Ewan tries to win Faye back, at the pool. Fails spectacularly. Let's just say, Faye's taking a very long swim. And then, the Forbidden Room. A new digital Faye awaits. Finally, Esme's up for grabs at a shady auction. But wait, rescued. Desmond's there with his furry friend, giving Esme a vintage necklace and whisking her away.